Hey everyone, it's Valkyrie again. Really nice to see you all, and I'm really, really glad to be back on YouTube again. Today we'll be talking about the newest Warrior Cats book, which I got for Christmas, and I guess for my birthday to be correct. Either way, yeah, I'm I'm 1 year older. I'm accepting the really late birthday wishes because I didn't post. Either way, nice to see you all, and it's great, my little marshmallows. So in the newest Warrior Cats book, which I will not be I will just be warning you for spoilers right now, so that you don't be yelling at me, being like, Valkyrie, why did you spoil this for me? I haven't read it yet. Either way, I have read it, and I'm really ready to start babbling on about it. Anyway, so just right off the bat in the prologue, a theory that I've been having for a long time was proven. Bramblestar was possessed by someone we only know of as Bramblestar's imposter. And it appears that our imposter here is male because it acts like it. He acts like it, and, well, as mentioned earlier, well, he's not very clearly male, just by the way he acts, and because of that curious moment somewhere near the end of the book where a different voice spoke through Bramblestar's body. And it appears that my theory might be right. Well, not my theory, to be precise. Either way, I have two possible outcomes for who Bramblestar's imposter is, so let's unearth this. Firstly, we know that this has got to be someone who seriously has a grudge against the clans and has a thing about code breaking and things like that, or may pretend to have that. We also know that this person is dead, because why else? To be proper, it's this cat, but let's forget that. Anyway, so by the actions of this imposter in the first book, I immediately thought that Bramblestar's imposter, or this cat that was supposedly possessing Bramblestar, was Soul. Look at the way he acted. Just driving cats and the clans apart, and not even thinking about what was safe for it. So you might think that the Bramblestar's imposter is Ashfur theory was wrong, right? But why? I'm asking 2017-18 me. Well, actually 2019 me. Either way. Thinking about it again, just the way that Bramblestar's imposter acted, it was strange, but it does look a lot like Soul. But still, there's a lot of questions to be answered, and if Bramblestar's imposter was Soul, how would you explain a lot of the things that Bramblestar's imposter says or does in the second book of the Broken Code series? Firstly, he's always keeping Squirrelflight nearby him, and he knows what Squirrelflight was like when she was younger, which means that has to be a cat who was around while Squirrelflight was an apprentice. And, well, that doesn't really fall in for Soul, so he's kind of kicked out of the way. Either that, or he's getting information from someone else, so that doesn't completely rule him out. Then there's the way he acts around Squirrelflight, being protective of her, not wanting her to be near anyone else. Well, we can think of one person, or cat, who would want Squirrelflight near him, who would sleep in her den, would have her sleep in his den, who would want to have her by his side at all times. Someone that Bramblestar's imposter has a grudge against. Well, not quite, but someone that would want to hold a grudge against some other cats. Someone that would find a weakness in several cats and several clans and try to tear them apart. Someone who wants revenge against Squirrelflight. And we know one cat who could fit into that idea, Ashfur. Well, I'm kind of hesitant about some of the evidence in the first book. For example, the ash raining down on Shadowpaw's fur, now known as Shadowsight. But there are other things that are noticed. For example, the cat speaking to Shadowsight is very clearly not a cat of StarClan, but he has a similar disposition, a spirit, so he's still dead either way. We know Tiger Star and Broken Star and a bunch of cats from the Dark Forest are dead, and since it's male, we know it's not Mapleshade, so that rules out a lot of cats. Apple Dusk makes no sense, and so do a lot of other cats. But the first thing that we're thinking of, and that the errands are expecting us to say, is ash fur. Now think about it. Ash fur would want Squirrelflight all to himself. So he would possess Squirrelflight's mate, and he would have her by his side. He would literally sleep with her. He'd literally be with her at all times because that's what he wants. Now, honestly, this is changing my view of our beanie little villainesque cat, but it still is sort of a twist and sort of not because everyone's starting to expect it. A bigger twist would be finding a cat like Shrewpaw, someone who was dead long before and then knew about squirrel flight and all that crap. But it makes positively no sense, in my opinion, why the Errands would pull something like Shrewpaw, who died because of following the warrior code, trying to hunt for his clan, and then there's Squirrel Flight over here, who literally chose not to die and is covering up for her sister who broke the code. Lots of questions here, but it's possible. But why he would want Squirrel Flight by him at all times? Maybe to drive her away from Bramblestar? But why specifically Squirrel Flight? That's a good question. Maybe Apple Dusk? But that makes no sense, because Apple Dusk has no reason to be part of this. Still, there's a lot of questions. If any of you have thoughts on who Bramblestar's imposter is, please leave them in the comments. Until next time, marshmallows, my little marshmallows, see you later.